Hello, everybody. So glad you're with me today. Pastor Zach here. I'm so glad I get this moment of time with you to encourage you and strengthen you in the Lord. Hey, I want to take a moment to encourage you to share this with somebody because I know this airs at different times and people are sharing it. I want to encourage you to share it as well because we want to be a help and a strength to somebody in need today. Also, this is Wednesday, and I would like to invite you, if you're in the Cape Girardeau area, we'd love to have you come and be in service with us here at Christ Church of the Heartland, 720 Bertling Street, here in Cape Girardeau. I very seldom ever do this, I think, but I'd love for you to come and be with us at 7 o'clock tonight. We also have service on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. In our area, throughout Cape Girardeau County, there is a rule right now or request that everybody, when we come together, are wearing masks, and it's part of it. And so we encourage you as you come in. If you don't have a mask, we'll have one at the door for you. But we would love for you to come and be a part of what God is doing in our church. I am really stirred in my heart, and I want to encourage you to do something with me. This past Sunday, actually, I was watching one of the great leaders of our nation, Pastor Jentezen Franklin from Free Chapel Church in Gainesville, Georgia. Actually, my son and daughter-in-law are part of that church, and that's a wonderful church. And I believe Pastor Jentezen is one of the most respected men and ministers of the gospel I know. But as he was sharing with their church about trying to bring everybody back together, I felt his heart, and I heard his heart cry. And one of the things that he felt like the Lord said to do was to call as many that would join him, a call to a time of fasting and prayer, beginning August 1 through the 21st. 21 days of prayer and fasting. They always start the first of the year out that way, but he's come and he said, I feel like the Lord is telling us we need to do it again. I tell you what, when he said that, it just went off in my heart. And so I'm going to encourage all of you that are watching me, that we start on August 1 for 21 days, that we will begin to pursue the Lord like we have never pursued him before. You know, Paul was giving instruction to the church, to the book in the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5. He was encouraging these young believers in the Lord to stay strong in faith, and he began to talk about the coming of the Lord, or the day of the Lord would come to many like a thief in a night. And he tells us as believers that we don't need to get caught, but we need to have an understanding of the time and seasons. And he was giving them encouragement because the Lord is the only encouragement sometime that we have. It's the hope that we have to get through everything that we are facing. But then he gives them some instruction. One of the instructions comes in verse 16. He says, rejoice always. Verse 17, pray without ceasing. Verse 18, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of Christ Jesus for you. And that word when he says to pray without ceasing, I'm going to give you a definition, or I put it out this morning in an amplified version that says this. It says, be unceasing and persistent in prayer. Church, if there ever was a time that we need to pray, I believe it is right now. As you all know, everything that we're facing is a crisis moment throughout our nation and many of our lives. I'm wanting you to join me, and I'm encouraging everybody throughout the region that I possibly can, and everybody under the sound of my voice, that we will join in with that great church and all the leaders that follow him, and that we as a nation begin to cry out to God. God, we need your help. Only you can turn the things that are facing us. We're getting ready to go back to school, and our children are facing a lot of uncertainties. Families are filled with uncertainty, and many are filled with fear. Am I doing the right thing if I sin? Am I doing the wrong thing if I don't? Teachers are in a panic of how they can try to take care of things and keep their children safe. We're all facing issues. The economy of our land, the political structure that our nation is facing right now. Of course, streets that are still filled with violence and hatred needs to come to a stop. And I want to tell you, the only answer for that is Jesus. And church, I believe it's time we come to pray. I'm asking you to turn off your opinions. I'm asking you to lay aside the things you've heard and just come before the Lord and say, God, we want your help. So beginning the 1st to the 21st, let's come together and pray without ceasing as the Apostle Paul has given us an instruction to do.